Hello, I'm Black Bright News, and one thing I don't like about the news is its provocativeness, its divisiveness. Sometimes, not this isn't a generalization, but sometimes it's provocative, sometimes it's divisive, sometimes it's there to create problems and division. And I just picked up Friday's newspaper because I don't work on Fridays, and it was talking about Errol Bailey, the guy who was, let me just read it. He died, the headline says, he died a ruined man. Justice at last for victim of corrupt detective. And it says, an innocent man framed by, let me see, framed by a racist and corrupt detective in the 70s. In the 70s, has had his name cleared posthumously at the Court of Appeal. Errol Campbell, who died in 2004, that's over 20 years ago, had his convictions for theft and conspiracy to steal from a railway goods depot in South London quashed. The British Rail employee was jailed for 18 months in the Old Bailey in 1977, based on evidence planted by the disgraced British Transport Police officer, Dr. Sergeant Derek Ridgewell. Overturning his conviction, Lord Justice Holroyd said that it was with regret that the court could not undo Mr. Campbell's suffering. He added, we can, however, and do allow the appeal brought on his behalf and quash his conviction. We hope that will at least bring some comfort to Mr. Campbell's family who survive. In a statement, Errol Campbell, it said, his father was ruined by the conviction. He took to heavy drinking and had a drinking problem for the rest of his life. He said as a 14-year-old, he had seen his father returning from the police station covered with bruises. He always said he was completely innocent, and I remember him saying this before his trial and throughout the rest of his life. He was called the N-word and hunted by police. The police knew Ridgewell was corrupt, and they let him carry on regardless. My dad always said he was innocent, and today that finally has been confirmed, almost 50 years later. So I guess the reason why it's just come out is because the Sun appealed. But isn't it ironic that the thing is that we give so much credit to those in authority. And for a lot of us, like I've said in previous videos, it's because of our age. We trust, or we want to trust, authority. And especially those who are in the same field, the police, the judges, the detectives, whoever they are. They don't want to believe that those people they have given power to are corrupt. They don't want to believe it. They don't want to accept it. And even sometimes where there's any doubt, they don't want to investigate it. They'd rather, it's to do with pride, they would rather an innocent person do time than to admit that they have corrupt people on their staff. And to bring it out now, 50 years later, can you imagine? Okay, so that son, maybe it's good that he can say his father wasn't a thief, because I know in the Caribbean world, it's the worst thing to be called a thief. They prefer to be called murderers than to be called thieves. That's the Caribbean mindset. Because they do not, yes, you've got them, the younger ones, you do get people who steal, but the majority of them prefer to be murderers than to be thieves. So I can imagine his father being called a thief. And I know how I feel when I've been accused of something I haven't done. How it's traumatizing. And especially when there's no way you can prove it. Especially when the people who are accusing you have power. And you do not stand a chance. It's a waste of time. On top of that, not only are you accused of doing something that you haven't done, you are abused. Physically abused and insulted. Can you imagine the trauma? And even though he only did 18 months, it affected the rest of his life. Because you're sitting there wanting to believe in justice when there isn't any. In the grand scheme of things, we do not live in a fair world. We expect good things to happen to good things and good people, and bad things to happen with bad people. But we constantly see the good things happen to the bad people, and bad things happen to good people. And there's nothing we can do. How do you correct this? So the family, they will get some form of compensation, but is that enough? When it's brought so much strain, it's taken away your joy in life. It's taken away, even getting money, it'll be kind of, I don't know, it comes like blood money. It comes like dirty money. And it might help lift their spirits for a while. Let's hope so. But I just thought I'd run that by you. What do you think? When somebody goes out deliberately to lie against you, I guess, let's put it this way, forget about that he's a black guy, forget that he was framed by a white police officer, forget that you've got the power dynamics there, and just think about how you, as an individual, would feel if you was accused of stealing. You've got a brilliant job, you're getting, it's secure, it's regular income, you get bonuses, you get benefits and all that kind of stuff. And somebody lies and says you stole something when they did it, and they point all their fingers and make everyone believe that you stole it. And there is nothing you can do to clear your name. There is nothing. Or, you happen to be in that place at that time. You just happen to be near that desk. Whatever it is. But there's no way that you can prove that you are innocent. But only you know you are innocent. And on top of that, you're being bullied. You're being harassed. Your name called. You're being judged. And on top of that, you do time. How would you feel? Peer, power struggle, whatever it is. How would you feel? So, that's all I've got to say for now. I'm going to get on with my work. You take care now and have a blessed day. And try not to get into trouble. Bye-bye.